Hello everyone, and welcome to my review of set 77256, the time machine from Back to the Future, with 357 pieces, and this set came out back on January 1st of 2026, and then this set retails for $28 here in the US. So taking a look at the box here, we do have the nice LEGO Speed Champions logo in the left corner, and then the Back to the Future logo on the other side, and a nice view of the DeLorean from the first Back to the Future movie with the two minifigures included in the set inside. And then taking a look at the back of the box, we have a nice view of the Back to the Future 2 DeLorean in its flying mode, and then we can see here that it can be a 2-in-1 set. And then we also get a nice view of the inside of the car with some of the features and stuff. So overall, some nice box art here. Really makes you want to buy this set. So I have already built the set, so let's go ahead and take a look at our minifigs. So our first minifigure we have here is, of course, Doc Brown from the Back to the Future 1 version here. We have some nice detailing on the front with all the like pens and pencils and rulers and stuff, and then it does include this little wrench thing. They did do very good with this hairpiece here that I think they used, and then if you take it off and turn the minifig around, we also have this facial expression for Doc Brown, along with some nice back printing with the large radioactive symbol. So it is definitely a very nice minifigure. I think they did very good here with Doc Brown. So he's not, in my opinion, the best minifigure in this set. I mean, I feel like some printing on the legs might have been a little nice, but overall it is definitely a very nice minifigure. And then next up here, the star of the show, of course, is the Marty McFly minifigure, also from the first Back to the Future. And the main highlight here is the puffer vest is like an actual piece, so that's very nice. The one thing I don't really like about it, though, is this stud on the back. I don't really know what you're going to put here. And then Marty also has a double facial expression, and the one thing about this minifigure is really just the face here. I feel like they could have done a better face for Marty McFly, because he looks like more like a 40-year-old man instead of a teenager, but it is still very nice. Some like printing to make these look like jeans would have been cooler, along with the shoes. I feel like that would have been cool, but it is also only a $28 set and not like the big DeLorean, so overall a nice minifigure selection from this set. And then before we move on too far, I do want to mention how in the instruction book we do have some pictures of some of the other Speed Champions sets, but we also do have this cool page here with the DeLorean from the movie saying from 1985, and then the LEGO one saying to 2026. So that is pretty cool. I do like it when LEGO does things like this and shows like what the set is based off of and gives you a good idea of what you're getting. And then also, if you get to page 88 in your book, it is written in the nice Back to the Future font compared to all these normal sets, so definitely a nice little hidden Easter egg in the instructions. So some other cool things that LEGO does here. And then last up here, of course, is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. It is definitely a very cool set. So I have it in the Back to the Future 1 mode right now. I will show you the Back to the Future 2 one in a second. So first off, with the build on the outside, definitely has some nice things in the front here with like the design and everything. And then the back here is the main highlight with all the like different pieces they used. We do have the nice out of time license plate and stuff, and that piece just fell off. These pieces back here, like the one that just fell off, are kind of a pain when you're building them, but once you get it all together, it does look good. But the one thing I don't like about this set is this like long wiring piece here. It like runs all the way underneath on both sides, so that was pretty difficult to build. And then the other thing is, a lot of people are upset about this, but obviously the doors do not open on this one. It's just this pops off. But taking a look at the inside here, we do have the flux capacitor in the back and some control panels down here. They did use a microphone piece as the gear, which is very cool. And then inside we do have the clock and the plutonium chamber. It is very small, so the camera's probably not gonna pick up on it, but definitely nice. We do kind of see like through the bottom, but it's not too big of a deal, so I definitely like this version, and the use of the fishing rod here as the like antenna for the lightning is very cool, so it is definitely interesting. But if you want it to be just like it is when you first see the DeLorean, you can just pop that off and then you get this standard thing, but I like it with this piece on. So this is the Back to the Future 1 version, and I will show you the Back to the Future 2 one here in a few seconds. And then here is the version of the DeLorean from Back to the Future 2. So the main differences here are we have Mr. Fusion here in the back, the futuristic license plate, and then the wheels obviously are flipped. And one thing that I wish this DeLorean could do was have it where the wheels could like flip without you having to take everything apart, but it is definitely also a cool model and everything. And you really can, if you want, have Mr. Fusion on here and have the wheels like normal, but I'm just showing this for the sake of how the instructions say. But overall, these are both very nice models and everything. And then if you were wondering if both of the minifigures can fit inside, they can. All you have to do is pop this off, and then I first pop in the one minifigure you want, and then simply put in the second, and then they do both fit, especially Marty with his vest on. They do both fit, and they are pretty good in there. They're not like crammed in or anything, and you can still see all of the stuff inside. So it is definitely a very nice set, especially for the price point of $28. And I do really like this one. This is the first non-Star Wars set I've gotten in a while, which is why I started up this channel. But this one is definitely a good way to start off my new adventures into other realms of the LEGO themes. Well folks, that is it for my review of the Speed Champions Time Machine from Back to the Future. This is definitely a very cool set here. I mean, it's very designed very well and everything, especially with like the back parts here and all of the like interior detail and everything. And they just did very good with this set, got everything right down to the last detail. The only thing I wish this set could do was the doors open in the iconic way. I mean, the wheels I can live without them like physically turning back and forth, but if the doors open, that would be nice. But as far as getting this set goes, I wouldn't wait until it goes on sale. I think it's already reasonably priced, especially with how some other sets are out there. But if you were thinking about getting this one but thought about waiting, I would go ahead and get it now, especially because I think on Lego.com it was out of stock, and it took me a long time to find this one in stores, which is why I'm finally getting to this review now. So I would definitely recommend getting this set. But that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you do like and subscribe if you did to help support the new channel, and make sure you tune in for the next video.